sick of my office setting, so we are coming live from my living room, and I am here today to answer your questions. Oh, Blue Dog is going to help. He is incredibly camera shy. It is amazing how a dog can be so wise that the moment the camera goes on, look. There, it's okay. Okay. I asked on my Journal Speak page this morning if you guys could give me some questions, and I'm going to try to answer them. So I'm just going to go straight to the Journal Speak page, and I'm going to answer them as best I can. We're going to see what happens. Okay, first question I have, and we got to go to previous comments. Okay. How does one keep the faith that TMS is at the root of their problems when there are potentially so many other explanations for their pain? Here's what I can say about that. There could be a lot of explanations for your pain, but unless there's a cure for your pain, I would suggest thinking about TMS theory, because medical science is responsible for curing us, right? They hear about an affliction and they have a laundry list of things that you can go through to answer the questions of whether you have this or that. And that's their responsibility, to try to figure out what you have, give you an explanation of what you have, right? Because that's the point of diagnosis, is that we don't reinvent the wheel. Is that, if you have strep throat, we give you antibiotics and your strep throat goes away, however many times out of 10. I'm not a medical doctor. But I guess what I'm saying is that diagnoses are there for a reason. So you're diagnosed with something, so we have a plan in place in order to treat you. So what I've found with my many, many years of experience working with people with TMS is often when there is a diagnosis and you've gone through the typical channels, meaning sometimes there's a holistic channel, there's a medical channel, there's a surgery channel, there's a procedure channel like injections for back pain. If things haven't worked for you, I say quiet that debating society in your head about whether or not it is TMS and do the work. What I have found over the years is that doing the work and letting your body be your proof is the best way to build faith in the TMS diagnosis. And actually, my next question has to do with doubt. My next question says, dealing with the back and forth of I believe the emotional work will heal the physical, and how can an emotional exercise heal a physical symptom? So both sides of the argument. Can an emotional exercise heal a physical symptom, or is that, is that even possible? She said, when I write this, I realize I'm asking about doubt and how to deal with it. What I say about doubt, and she said, especially the longer the time passes. What I say about doubt is this. Are you doing the work? I don't find many people who do the work on a daily basis have a lot of doubt, because one of two things happens. Either A, your pain starts to subside so markedly that there's just no way that the work isn't working, or B, your pain leaves but your anxiety kicks up, or your anxiety leaves but instead of having headaches you have a stomach thing for a little while. Or instead of the stomach thing, your knee is bothering you. But that's great news, because that's proof to you that it's a mind-body illness. Because if it were about your knee, then we can't heal your knee by treating your stomach. And if it were about your stomach, we can't heal your stomach by treating your headaches. So if you feel it moving around your body or kicking up your anxiety, we know for sure, there could be no doubt that it is a mind-body situation. So when I say that doubt oftentimes is aligned with people who are not really doing the work, it's because resistance to doing the work is part of our nervous systems and our brains protecting us from our buried feelings. So if our buried feelings necessitate the pain, right? Because we are so scared to feel how much we resent the people in our life, or regret our decisions, or feel trapped in our jobs or our marriages, or feel out of control with our children, or finances, or all the hot buttons. If indeed that our brain, our nervous system, our mind-body system perceives that threat as a greater threat than feeling your physical pain, it will choose your pain. We have no choice. It's adaptive. So when you journal for 3 or 4 days, you start feeling a little bit of results, you start seeing your pain shift, and then you feel that thought in your head. And it's like the thought is so comfortable because it's your own voice and it says, I don't really know about this. Something's really wrong with you. Maybe another MRI would help. Maybe, whatever resistance pops up to speak to you, that is part of the reason that you don't do the work, and that creates the doubt. So when I look at this question of dealing with the back and forth of believing or not believing, I say, you don't need to believe. Do the work. Do the work and pretend you believe. Pray in disbelief, right? Pray in disbelief. Suspend your disbelief. Do whatever you need to do to allow yourself to do this work. I'm thinking of this literally as I talk. I think I want to do a 28-day challenge. I'm gonna talk about that on my page. I think I want to do. Oh, look at my hair. I think I want to do a 28-day challenge to do the journal speak every day for 28 days and see how people react. Because to me, the doubt is really part and parcel to not doing the work, and not doing the work is the resistance, and the resistance is your nervous system and your brain protecting you from your oppressed feelings, and then we are in an endless cycle of pain, misery, and doubt. All right, I'm gonna think about that. I have 5 to 7 minutes before the first teenager walks in from the high school bus. So let's move on. When symptoms decrease but TMS isn't yet cured, how can we know that our pain is TMS and isn't related to doing some sport? It's a bit difficult to me to make the difference between TMS and aches, for example. Okay, here's what I will say about that. And this is coming straight from Dr. Sarno's mouth because he used to say it to me all the time. The human body is healthy. Your body is healthy. Your body is a friggin' miracle, and it's healthy, and it knows how to heal itself. Now, I've taken up Pilates lately. Pilates is damn hard. Pilates is kicking my ass and every other muscle in my body. And I know what it feels 1 day, 2 days, even maybe 3 days after I take a Pilates class that I feel that muscular ache. But it shouldn't be 7 days later, 10 days later. I mean, if you keep taking classes, there might be a familiar ache. But when you pull a muscle or when you strain, I strained my knee playing a sport the other day. It went away in 2 days. For the first day after I strained my knee, I felt it. I felt it all day. I could feel it. I twisted it a little bit. I felt it. The second day it was less. The third day it was gone. TMS takes hold when our emotional world is at that breaking point, like Dr. Sarno says, the reservoir of rage, shame, embarrassment, sadness, fear, anger is at the tipping point. We need a place to feel our feelings. If we don't feel our feelings properly with our journal speak, you're going to feel it somewhere, okay? So that is what happens, is that any sort of weak point in our actual physical system, our brain and nervous system takes that weak spot and says, okay, here's a place where I can convince my dear person, my sweet dear person whom I love, that they can take care of their shoulder instead of taking care of their fear over their dying parents, okay? Like it will seek a weak spot, because if you really think about evolution, if our primary purpose is to stay alive, and if fear is so important to that, because fear alerts us to a predator, to a danger, to a threat to our lives, then if those feelings are a threat, our mind-body system, which is so much more beautiful and complicated and miraculous than we even know, is going to take any in to figure out a way to have us think and feel about anything other than the threatening feelings. So obviously, a sports injury or any sort of a strain would be the first place that might happen, but also it could happen out of nowhere. I mean, I have people who throw out their shoulder when they're reaching for a cup out of the cupboard. They're like, I don't know what I did. I reached for it. How could I have reached the wrong way? And what Dr. Sarno always used to say is, your reservoir was up to here. It was at critical mass. It was about to spill over and inform your conscious self of how angry and hateful and scared and sad you are, and something had to give. So it went in the shoulder, it went in the neck, it went in the back, it went in the migraines. Hold on, this dog is dying to leave. Say goodbye. I mean, have you ever in your life seen a face like this? Oh my goodness. Okay, you can go. Okay. So, I don't know much more time I have for questions. What are we at? 10 minutes. Okay. Why do some people get pain relief so much faster than others? I think it's a few factors. The first is that you have to do the work and you have to do it every day, at least in the beginning. And I think some people compare their insides to other people's outsides. So, like, whatever they're feeling and whatever they're thinking of themselves, some other person is like, oh, I read the book and now I'm better. And they think, well, that's not for me, that's for them, and something's wrong with me. For all you know, that person was journaling for 2 hours a day, doing 5 different online courses. You don't know. Stay on your own square. Keep your eyes on your own paper. It is such good advice in life. We can slay ourselves and stop ourselves and paralyze ourselves if we're looking at somebody else's life and deciding that someone else is doing something easier, faster, better, quicker than us. Don't do that to yourself. Just left foot, right foot, breathe. Do your practice. 20 minutes a day with your journal speak. Read the supporting materials. As all of you guys, maybe you don't know, so I'm going to tell you, I have a book. It's called The Meaning of Truth. It explains my journey. It explains how Journal Speak was born and how to do it. I have an online course at my website, thecureforchronicpain.com. Please avail yourself of this. I have a very awesome website, Facebook page called Journal Speak with Nicole Sachs, LCSW. Come join us. Talk to us. I'm on it every day. I do my best to respond and answer questions. I'm looking at the time. I don't want to be interrupted by the teenager. I love you guys. I know you can do it. Hang in there. Stick with me. And come visit us at the Journal Speak page on Facebook and take my course at thecureforchronicpain.com and free yourself. Set yourself free. Life is amazing. Life can be amazing. I wasn't supposed to walk upright. I wasn't supposed to have babies. I have 3 beautiful kids, one of whom's about to walk through that door. Much love, guys. Bye.